I'm Irene von der Zande. I'm the executive director and founder of Kidpower, Teenpower, Fullpower International, which we call Kidpower for short. And the reason I do this work is because in 1985, when my children were young, then I took a group of young children, including my own two, into downtown Santa Cruz where we live. And a man got triggered by the sight of a mom. I had my daughter and my son and some friends of my daughter. And he saw this mom with 8 little kids. And he started following us saying that I had all the cute little kids and he didn't have anybody. And we got into the lobby of the metro station, then he started charging towards us with his arms stretched out, saying he was going to take one of the kids. It was a very classic case of the bystander effect because everybody froze except for me. And I did what I'm sure you would do. I got in between the man and the kids and I started yelling at him. And finally, I ordered a bystander to help because he did not go away. He had so many problems, he didn't leave. And when I said, "Get over here and help me, can't you see these kids are scared?" Then the man bothering us ran away. The kids were fine. I yelled and the bad guy ran. But as you can imagine, I wasn't fine. I kept thinking, what if he knocked me down? What if he even tried to touch one of those kids? And I knew I would do my best to stop him, but I wasn't sure how. So I took a self-defense class, and with a head-to-toe padded instructor. Liam is one of our full-force instructors, Mike also. And we aren't doing that now because of the pandemic. However, these skills, we have been finding that even practicing these skills in the air, even watching skills sometimes, can tell you what to do in an emergency. You become mentally prepared to handle an emergency. So these are skills for avoiding and escaping from an assault. And we will, there were some questions about boundaries. This workshop is not going to primarily focus on boundaries with people you know, but we will send you resources afterwards. And we do have a workshop specifically on personal boundaries because we're going to pack in a lot of action in a short period of time. So I'm very glad you're here. Feel free to ask questions. Please don't share anybody else's experience if somebody shares something. As I said, the recording is just of Mike and I, and we will edit out anything personal that's shared. We will stop at the hour and in an hour, and then Mike and I will stay for those who want to ask additional questions or those who want to do additional practices. So with that, I'm so pleased to be teaching with you, Mike. It's been a very long time, and Mike is a wonderful instructor, and he came back to us because of the opportunity for us to be doing online teaching. And do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I started doing Kid Power work about 15 years ago. And the reason that I think this is such important material to teach is when I was young, I was out in my first place on my own. I was probably 20, 21 maybe. And in the middle of the night, my roommate and really good friend woke me up completely bloodied and hurt. He had gotten jumped on his way home from the train station, and he didn't really know what to do. And he did heal and he was fine in the long run, but both of us were really sort of traumatized by that event. And the thing was is that it was difficult for me to go out in the street, even though it didn't happen to me. It was difficult for me to walk home from the train station when it was getting a little bit dark or getting into the evening hours. I just didn't feel like I had the tools that I needed to keep myself safe if something were to happen. Kid Power, I learned a lot of that stuff and how to teach it. And thankfully in my life, I haven't had to use it, but it's such a great empowering feeling to know that I can take charge of a situation when I need to and keep myself safe. So I'm really happy to be here. This is a really great class and the first time we're doing it virtual. So thank you all for coming.
Okay. So we will be working on 3 main strategies. Now, if you want to, you can pin Mike and me, or just do speaker view if you like, just to get us bigger. I keep you on gallery view because I like seeing you, all your faces. But you can do that any way you want, just to be able to see in the best way possible. I just want to check. Oh, good. Yeah. So again, only recording Mike and me. So let's think about what goes on in the mind of an attacker. An attacker follows a highly predictable, what's called a pattern of an attack most of the time. Now, this is a predatory attack. Often men face competitive attacks, but first we'll talk about a predatory attack. So an attacker is looking for somebody who is easy to go after. And they select people, and it doesn't matter how big or strong somebody is, it matters whether or not they are paying attention. So, Liam, would you please close your body down completely? Really look closed down and vulnerable. You have to put your head down too. All right, there you go. And so put yourself in the mind of an attacker. I don't want all of you to close down, just Liam. And just look around at the screen, and can you see the difference between somebody who is closed down and people who are looking? And so somebody is more likely to go after somebody who is unaware. And the second part of the pattern of attack, you can relax now, Liam, is to create what's called a position of advantage. Put your hands up like this. Now, suppose that this hand is has a bad intention, is attacking. Have one hand attack. If you stay close, if you're close, you're more likely to be attacked than if you're away. You want to avoid creating a position of advantage with somebody who intends harm. And that could be getting somebody to get into a more isolated place, or it could just be getting somebody to go with them or to get close to them. The third stage is domination. The attacker tries to hurt, humiliate, hit, steal something from somebody. And the fourth stage is escape. The attacker wants to get away and not get caught. Now, if law enforcement, and yes, of course, we will send you all the recording. Again, it's just Mike and I, though. At the escape part is where the attack the attacker's most likely to be caught. And we want to interrupt the pattern of attack sooner rather than later. So the 3 strategies are to be and act aware, to take charge, and to get help. So let's say that Mike is an attacker, and I'm the person that he selected as the victim. Now, if I just look at him, that might cause him a lot of the time to be on his way. They have shown to people in prison videos of people going down the street, and they said, who would you select? And most of the time it was mostly somebody who looked like they weren't paying any attention. The second stage, though, is if somebody's yelling at you and confronting you, and you need to take charge, so you want to yell at me.
Hey, you, come here.
Stop right there. Everybody put your hands up and say, stop right there.
Stop right there.
Can you unmute so I can hear your voices? It'll be a little uneven, but go ahead. One more time. Everybody say, stop right there.
Stop right
Stop
there.
right there.
Good, good, powerful voices. And the third, so to be an act aware, take charge by saying stop or just by moving away if you can, and then to get help. And so if Mike is continuing to bother me, I might turn to somebody like Penny. Unmute Penny. And when I say, I need help, you can say, I will help you.
I will help you.
Yeah. All right. So those are the core strategies. Now, you can say physical self-defense is a form, a very effective form of taking charge. And I need to get, because I move things around so much, I got to get my outline up here. Here we go. Okay, so, but first let's practice awareness. Everybody close your bodies down. When you're worried, scared, sad, or tired, it's normal to close your bodies down. But as we just talked about, this is less safe. Now put your hands around, cup your hands around your head and look down, your face. This is tunnel vision. This might be that you're focused on talking to somebody, maybe texting, maybe just looking down at something or working on something, and your body is closed down and you can't see what's around you. So take your hands away. What you want to do, even if you have something important down in front of you, maybe you're worried about tripping, or you just got to answer that text. If you're out in public, don't be like this. Split your attention. Now look down, and now look around. Look around. Good. So you really want to turn and look as if somebody was sneaking up behind you. Really make sure that you're seeing what's there. All right, any questions about tunnel vision? These are quick and practical things that you'll remember next time when your body's closed down or that you're focused on something, that you are going to not use your tunnel vision, but actually be splitting your attention. Now I'd like you to stand up and put your hands up like a fence again. Because, and if you can't stand up, it's okay. But if you can, it's good. Besides, it's at night and it'll be better for you standing up anyway for a minute. And now what I want is your attitude makes a difference too. We want to practice having a powerful and respectful attitude. Because everybody lean back. Get a worried look on your face and say, stop right there, okay? Go ahead.
Stop right there, okay?
Stop right there, okay? This is called being a pushover, right? Now, lean forward, point, and say, get out of my face. Go ahead.
Get out of my face.
Now this can feel more powerful. Stay this way. Stay leaning forward. This feels powerful. And if you have your face in somebody else's face, it can get, hit. Strong walls, boundaries are like strong walls. Strong walls do not topple backwards or forwards. They are upright. So everybody say it again. Say, stop right there.
Stop right there.
Everybody say, turn around and leave.
Turn around and leave.
Everyone say, leave now.
Leave now.
Yeah. And then if you want help, same thing. If you're passive, go back, lean back like this, and say, help me, okay?
Help me, okay?
And maybe the person will help you, but a lot of times they won't. Now come forward into this aggressive attitude and say, you gotta help me.
You gotta help me.
Again, somebody might listen, but if you are acting aggressive, they are likely to become alarmed and maybe even avoid being with you, and avoid helping you. So again, hands out like a bridge this time. And everybody say, excuse me.
Excuse me.
I need help.
I need help.
And that's not going to work all the time, but how you come in, how you approach somebody, your attitude of calm and respect and confidence is going to have people listening to you better and bothering you less. So that is our goal. Now, you can sit back down for a moment. Because one of the things we want is practicing moving away from trouble. So Mike, do you want to say who you are? And I will demonstrate, and then all of you will do this because people, one of the things we want is to avoid getting into that position, giving somebody that position of advantage. We want to be able to assess a situation and leave if we can, because that's safer. So go ahead and say who you are and where we are.
In this practice, I'll be someone trying to give away something for free in public. So
Now,
where there are other people around.
yeah, if there's lots of people around and he's handing out coupons to everybody, I might just take that coupon. With social distancing, I might not. It depends. But let's say that I'm in a more isolated place and he's approaching just me or just each of you. All right, so go ahead and come forward.
Would you like a coupon for some free pizza?
Oh, no, thanks. Everybody, do it again, and all of you, you can stand up or you can just turn your heads and move your feet as if you're walking away. But as Mike comes in, you notice how I turned away, but I also looked back because I wanted to know that I know where he is. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Would you like a coupon for some free pizza?
No thanks, everybody. Can you unmute? Some of you unmute. Kidpower people, please unmute so I can hear you.
No thanks.
No thanks. Okay, good.
No thanks.
No thanks. That's it. All right. All right. And I would appreciate those of you, if you're willing to turn on your screens, that would be great. Nice to see people practicing. Thank you, Cornelia. All right. So go ahead with the second situation. These are ways that somebody might approach you. So one is to have no thanks. Somebody's trying to give you something.
Right. This time I'm going to be somebody who's actually looking for some help. And I'm coming into your space asking for you to give me something this time. So something like this. Do you have any spare change?
Sorry, no.
I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry. Could you?
Sorry, no.
Nothing?
All right. All right, all of you, he's going to do it again. Get ready with your sorry. Now, notice that you keep your awareness, because if he does something else, you want to be ready to deal with that situation. Okay.
Could you spare some change? I'm really hungry.
Sorry, no.
Please? A little? Quarter?
Probably sorry, no. Good. All right. A different situation. Yes. Different situation. Huh? Okay. Mike, so this time Mike's my friend, and we are, and we're together out on the street, and somebody has been super insulting, just called him names, called me names, you're saying that stupid old hag that you're with, or anything else you want. But imagine that somebody's been very, very insulting, and Mike is very, very triggered.
There's no way I'm going to let him get away with this, Irene. Hang on, I'm going to deal with them. I'll be right back.
Wait, Mike, stop. We're going to leave. That's the safest thing to do.
You're right. You're right.
All right. And then we leave together. All right. I'd like all of you to practice this, because there are so many times when people are defending their honor, the honor of their mothers. I know there were two boys walking down the street, teen boys, and a carload of people came by, of young men, and they started yelling, "Your mother is a whore." And one of the boys, went immediately into the closest store. The other one started giving them the finger and said, "Don't you insult my mother," and he got beaten up. So not letting somebody control you, because I will tell you that what their mothers wanted was for them to be safe, not to defend their honor, right? So in this case, if somebody's saying, "I'm going to get even," all of you say, "Wait." Everybody say, "Wait."
Wait.
That's not safe.
That's
not safe.
We're going to leave.
We're going to leave.
Okay, good. All right. And you're all doing this great. People asked, how do we avoid? This is how you avoid. You be ready to move away from trouble. Then one of our success stories was after a workshop. A woman was walking, it was in the afternoon, it could have been in the night, but it was in the afternoon. And a man started following her. And when she crossed the street, he crossed the street. And when, and so, and he was getting closer and closer. And she had her, and she suddenly remembered from our class, she realized, she said, my head was down. And she whirled around and she yelled, "Stop following me!" And he took off running. So that became a practice in our classes. Now, if you want to do this with each other or with somebody else, do something. You could do something where you let somebody come behind you, and even if you know they're there, you let them just put their hand on your shoulders, and I will tell you that it gives you a startle, even if you know. And then, but we're going to just practice the successful part of that, because that part with the hand on the shoulder is a little hard to accomplish online. Okay, so let's say that Mike is following me. And I can hear him, I notice him, maybe I'm wishing he'd go away, but he keeps following me, and he's getting closer and closer. And I yell, "Stop following me!" Okay, all of you, let Mike, actually, we're going to do this one at a time because we have not that many people. So let's see. Julie, is it Julianne and Matt? Okay, can you unmute and turn your backs? Turn your backs. And I know you're not going to, and Mike's coming closer and closer. He's coming closer, and now yell at Mike. Yell
Stop following me.
Good. All right. Good. Why don't you do this? Mike's coming closer. Can you unmute? Is that okay with you? Yeah. Do you want to do this practice? You can say no.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, stand up. Turn your back. And keep splitting your attention. Keep glancing back so you see Mike coming closer. And now set a boundary. Turn around and yell at him.
Go away.
Good.
That was my daughter laughing.
Oh, okay, that doesn't matter. This is people laugh through this because it's silly and it's in the screen. But when we do these motions, doing things with our body helps our minds to remember to do them in real life. Okay, so I'm not sure what you two, what the names of you two are. Can you unmute and tell me your names? Okay, can the two of you stand up? And imagine you're out in public, but you're using your awareness. Turn your backs though, because you're walking away. And somebody is coming closer and closer. Just you can walk in place because you'll run out of room. Remember to keep glancing back. Keep glancing back. And when you think he's close, turn around and yell at him. All right? Turn around now and yell, "Stop!" Good. Okay. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi. All right. Can you do this? Stand up, turn around, both of you, and stay closest to the screen. Just you have to walk in place to make this.
Okay, we're gonna walk in place.
Yeah, walk in place, but split your.
I'm
All right. All right. Let's try that
Good
again.
job.
Close. All right. Just yell at him. Just look at him.
Just yell at him. Stop right there.
Good. Do you want to do this?
Sure.
Turn your back. Walk in place because then you'll run out of room. And now, yell at him.
Stop following me.
Good. Unmute so we can hear your voice. Okay, good. Split your attention. He's coming closer. Yell at him.
Stop following me.
Okay.
Good. All right, and have we done, yeah, we did you. Stand up, turn your backs. All right, he's coming closer.
Stop following me.
Good job. All right, it's
Yeah, my daughter's off screen.
okay, that's all right. Go ahead and walk. And he's coming closer. Split your attention.
Stop following me.
Good job. And you want to unmute? Can you unmute? Oops, can't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, turn your
Sorry, I'm like holding this.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Split your attention. He's following.
Stop.
Good. All right. And Cornelia, yeah. I know this says Fiona, but I know this is Cornelia. Cornelia is joining us from New Zealand. Oh, you're in the car. I'm not going to make you turn your back. All right.
Well, I can do as if. So
Okay, do it.
stop following me.
Good.
Stop following it.
All right. And unmute. Turn your back. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I'm coming off a 12-hour shift.
All right. Well, then that's the time you're tired and most
That's
likely.
right. Oh, man.
All right.
Stop following me.
All right. Good job. All right. Good work. Now, I think we should go to some physical self-defense techniques, and then we'll do a couple of the other voice and body things later. So, Mike, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you are going to. Now we have, we've had to make accommodations, and I told you about the full force self-defense, and we have Mark and Marty Len from Montreal, and they have made some videos to show physical techniques. So if you can't, just leave. If you can't get away, and because the purpose of physical self-defense is, when we started teaching women and kids and men, people said, don't teach that, because, people should have lots and lots of training because otherwise they will misuse it. However, we said we think our students are smarter than that. And so I like your commitment that you're only going to use these skills, fighting skills, when you can't leave and you can't get help. And it's an emergency situation. You're about to be harmed, or somebody that you're responsible for is. Can I see your thumbs up that you'll keep that commitment? May I see everybody's thumbs up that you agree not to use these skills except if you're in danger? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so now we are going to see Mark and Marilyn, and they're going to show us a front fight. And then we'll break down the skills and practice them. And we'll have to get people standing up. Uh-oh, what's happened here?
Well, let me try this again.
All right. I'm the backup here, but
I'm just going to refresh this page and hopefully it will.
okay. So you'll get to see Mark in a head-to-toe padded suit, which really protects him from getting hurt.
All right, excellent. We're working. Here it comes.
Hey, you.
Stop right there. No, 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 no. I need help.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to break that down piece by piece. We pattern and moves, usually one strong move, just yelling, leave, just looking, just pulling your arm away, shoving somebody, stops most attacks. However, we want people to have more tools than that and not just expect you're going to keep fighting until you can get away and get help. The purpose of these techniques is to prepare somebody to escape. So Mike, why don't you show and teach the first part?
Excellent. All right. The first thing that we saw was the verbal boundary of stop right there. I'll just play a quick clip of that, and then we'll practice it all together.
Ready.
Hey, you!
Stop right there.
Get over here!
Turn around and leave.
I'll be back.
I need help.
Okay, everybody stand up and or sit tall, and Mike's going to threaten us, and everybody I'll just do this. Get yourself into a balanced position. Maybe have your stronger leg back, your right leg if you're right-handed, but it's not essential. Just ready to fight. But at this point, you're just setting a boundary. Stand tall. Your knees are a little bent. Your body's in balance. Your legs are not narrow like this. They're more, your feet are more like this, okay? And as you know, you're in a confrontation. If some of you would unmute, that would be great. Okay, and Mike is going to come in.
Hey, you! Get over here!
Stop
Stop
right
right there.
Stop right there.
Stop right there.
Here!
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Everybody say leave now. Oh, he's left.
Leave now.
Leave now.
All right, good. And you're going to keep yelling. Sometimes we do verbal attacks where people are just yelling, and that's enough. If you can avoid getting into a real fight, a physical fight, you're safer. And remember, as you're yelling, an attacker wants privacy and control. And when you're yelling, leave, go away, stop, I need help, you will take away that privacy and that control. Okay, do you want to show the next technique, Mike?
Yes. All right. The next one was called the eye strike. And here's what it looks like.
I strike. No! No! In slow motion. No! No!
We're showing it to you in slow motion so that you can see it more slowly, but now Mike's going to break it down and teach it, and then just practice along with Mike here. We'll just do.
All right. So for the eye strike, you can just kind of take your fingers and curl them around your thumbs a little bit. And if you do that with one hand, you can feel how firm that is, just sort of hitting the palm of your other hand. It's a really strong position. So what we're going to do is kind of make these little chicken beaks with our hands, wrap our fingers right around our thumbs, and we'll already be in that ready position that Irene taught us. So getting from here to the eye strike is really just sort of closing our fingers around our thumbs. Then we're going to kind of go out, possibly up a little bit, and straight back. So it's kind of a quick motion out and back. And we'll practice doing this with a loud no at the same time. Everybody go. No.
No.
Oh, no.
Excellent. Excellent.
No.
Everybody, eye strike, and no.
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 Good. The target again is the eyes or anywhere around the eyes, even if somebody is wearing glasses. People are protective of their eyes. If you jam their glasses into their eyes, it's going to hurt. I know a story of a woman that this guy started to assault her. She was in a phone booth. And actually, she did the eye strike, but he moved back so quickly that she didn't even hit him. And then she did a knee to the groin, which we'll practice in a minute here. Okay, go ahead, Mike. Next technique.
All right.
Oh no, started your puppy. I'm sorry. Yeah, forgot to warn people about dogs.
All right, our next technique is called the heel palm to the face. This is what it looks like.
Heel palm to the face. No! No! In slow motion. No! No!
All right. So again, from that ready position that we start off at, we're already ready to go. the tool that we're using is actually sort of the heel of our palm. You can kind of take your hands and bump them together like that. You'll feel how hard that part of your palm is. And the target that we're aiming for is anywhere in the face, nose, mouth, chin, cheek, anywhere in the face area. And we're trying to make contact with that heel of our palm. So if we get back in our ready position with our hands up, you'll notice that you're already ready to do this. Just like the eye strike, we're going to go out and back with a pretty quick motion and a loud no. All right. Heel palm to the face with a loud no. Everybody go. No.
No. No.
Excellent.
If you crouch down a bit and actually add the motion of your hips to it, it'll give you more power. It's not just your arm, it's actually your whole body is behind the technique. So let's do it again. Crouch down and hit up with a loud no. Let me see you. Ready and go. No. Good. All right. Next technique. Now, if you hit somebody with the eyes or the heel palm, then another very vulnerable target is likely, if somebody goes like this, to become available to you. You got it there?
I got it. We're ready to go. The next one is the knee to the groin.
Knee to groin. No! No! And in slow motion. No! No!
Okay.
Right. All right. So make sure you have a little bit of space around you for this one. Let me tip my screen down so you can see better. Again, we're in the ready position, but to practice this, if everybody can just put their hands out in front of them, this will be your target. And the part of the knee that you're using is not the tip of the knee, but right up above, right kind of the lower part of your thigh, right above your knee joint is where we're aiming to hit with. And this will be the groin target for you to use. So go ahead and put it down about waist high. You may find it good to take a step back with your strong foot as you bring it up with a loud no. Tip it down a little bit more, just like this. No.
No.
Excellent.
Oh.
No. Let's hear you.
No.
And then you can take your hands away and just do it in the air. We want you to feel the power of your leg. Now imagine that's going in between somebody else's legs. And so with your strong leg back, bring it up and down. And now strike in the air with a big loud no. Ready, go. No! Okay.
Excellent.
All right. And then if you're a little farther away, then there's the snap kick.
Right up with the snap kick.
Okay. Well, you'll need to make some space. Please don't hit the table, the screen, or each other.
All right, here's the snap kick video.
Snap kick to groin. No! No! In slow motion. No! No!
All right. You can really see the mechanics of this move in the slow motion version. And we can try and do this if you have really good balance and you can go slowly on one foot. It'll be helpful to practice it. If not, you could hold on to a chair or something nearby. But basically the way that this is going to work, I'll show you sideways, is you're going to bring your knee up and then straighten your leg out and then come back. And again, the part of your body that you're hitting with is sort of the top of your foot or your possibly even your lower shin, but not your toes. And again, it's in slow motion. It's almost like a whip. And you get a lot of power when you bring that knee up first and then extend your leg out. So let's all try that together snap kick to the groin with a loud no. You can go in slow motion first. Everybody go. No.
No.
Excellent. Let's try it one more time. If you have the space to do it safely, you can try it a little faster. Snap kick with a loud no again. Everybody go. No. Awesome.
So those are some techniques from the front. Now there are thousands of techniques that can work, but these are ones that are quick. They're large body motions, and in a minute Mike's going to cue up for the back fight, right, Mike?
Yes.
So they're large body motions, so they're easy, large muscles, so they're easy to remember, and again, in real life situations, the most common number that anybody in all of our history of more than 30 years plus working with full force programs before that, the most common number of techniques anybody had to use was 1. But we want to have lots of choices because it depends on where the person is. It depends on what's available to you in terms of their body. Okay, you got the back fight ready?
I have it ready.
Good.
Here we go.
Ready? No! 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 I need help!
All right. So the first thing you saw was that Marlene got into ready position. Do you want to teach that, Mike? We'll just teach it. I don't think we need to see them do that down.
Sure. So if everybody just stands up kind of like you're just standing normally, and imagine somebody kind of bumping you from behind, one of your feet is going to go forward to try and catch your balance. So as that happens, your hands will come up and we're in that ready position. Let's all try that. Stand with your arms by your side. And here we go. Pretend I bump you from behind. Get in your ready position. And we'll do that one more time with a loud no at the same time. Here we go. Bump. No.
No.
Awesome.
Even if you're in balance, if somebody grabs you from behind and you go, then that person has your balance, your breath, and you can take it back again. Even if you start like this, you can go, no! You lower your center of gravity. If you get pushed forward, your hands are there to protect your face. And that's the purpose of this. Plus you're set up to deliver another technique. So do you want to go to the slap to the groin?
Yes.
Let's do that.
All right, here it comes.
And Na has joined us from Vietnam. Hi, Na.
Slap to the groin. Ready? No! 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 In slow motion. No! No! No!
So the slap to the groin, we've taught people who use wheelchairs or who can't stand up, and being able to even slap up is powerful if they've got any strength in their hands or arms at all. But we're going to make this is a class for people who can stand up, so we'll go ahead and stand up and you can teach the slap to the groin. Mike, go ahead. So you're going to start here.
Let's start in that ready position where we've got our balance. Our problem is from behind. So what we're going to do is you can take your strong hand or whichever hand their target would be on, and you're just going to lower that back and behind in a quick, sharp motion. You're basically slapping in the groin area with a loud no. It looks like this. No! Everyone.
No. So you'll notice that Mike turned and looked towards his target, and that gets your body out of the way to actually hit the person behind you. Okay? So go ahead. You were doing it. I just wanted to point out to tell them to do it. So
Yeah, that's a great point. That turning does kind of rotate your hips a little bit. So it opens up that target a little bit more. And let's try that one more time with a loud no. You really are just kind of looking over your own shoulder, kind of down a little bit. And with a sharp no at the same time, everybody go. No.
No.
Awesome.
Okay. You can go ahead and just teach the low elbow.
Okay. So from that same position, we're in the ready position again. We've caught our balance. Our stance is pretty wide. At this point, what we're going for is using an elbow, the abdomen behind. So the way you do that is you reach out as if you're reaching for a doorknob. Make a fist, turn so your elbow is kind of pointing up towards the ceiling, and just bring it back alongside of your body as you look back. And it's this part of your elbow right here that you're making contact with, not the pointy part, but again, just like with the knee, it's the flat part right above the joint. So I'll do that together with a loud no. Ready, go. No.
One more time. Ready, go. No. Good. All right, and then go ahead and teach the high elbow. Now, for those of you, we want you to not, for those of you who might be less agile in your shoulders, you want to really get your elbow up by your ear and really turn your body. You don't want to create too much separation here. You want to really bring your elbow up by your ear when you do this with a loud no. Ready? Go ahead and pull and go. Ready? No!
No.
Good. All right. And let's just put those techniques together. Let's do the front techniques. Everybody in ready position, and Mike's coming towards you. And you yell, stop right there.
Stop right there.
Not a chance.
Okay. I strike with a no. Ready? Go. No.
No.
Again. Ready? Go. No. Now, heel palm of the no. Right to the face. Ready? And go. No.
No.
Again. No.
No.
You're going to have to be creative about this, right? All right. Imagine that groin in front of you. He might have you like this, but the reality is you've got him. Turn your head to the sides, because if you hit somebody in the groin, their head's likely to come down, and bring your knee up with a big loud no. Ready, go. No! And plant your foot behind you. Again, ready, go. No! Now, probably he'd be flat on the ground, but we are, because of that, but we want to keep going. Also, because we want to practice that snap kick. You managed to get him farther away, but he's still hanging on to your hand. So, do your snap kick with a big loud no. Ready, go. No!
No.
Again, ready, go. No!
No.
Good. Now if he grabs you from behind, you stand flat-footed, you don't know he's coming, but you get bumped and you step forward with a big no. Ready, go.
Gotcha.
Yell no.
No.
Thank you. All right, now turn your hips, look at your target and slap back with a no. Ready, go. No! Again, ready, go. No!
No.
Now, a low elbow. Reach forward and strike. Ready, go. No! Again, no!
No.
Elbow. Ready, go. This is to the head.
No.
One more time, go. No!
No.
No. Imagine you're going to safety and yell, I need help.
I need help.
Good. All right. So those are, we also have techniques for stopping bullying. And these are techniques that are more likely to injure somebody, not likely to kill them, not likely to blind them, but these are escape techniques. But likely to, to stop bullying, it would be to stop somebody who's bothering you and are harassing you, and you're not immediately in danger, but you have decided that you need to do something to get away, and you're not willing to risk injuring them. These are less likely to injure somebody. So do you want to do the arm pull away, Mike?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, everybody take one arm out and hold on to your own wrist. And notice that where your fingers and thumbs touch, It could be on either side of your wrist, but that's the weakest part of the grip. And you may even be able to do this to yourself. If you just pull against that, it breaks through that gate pretty easily.
Okay.
Now, the way we're going to practice it is we'll pretend that somebody's holding our wrist, and we'll notice which side fingers and thumb are touching. What you can do is take your other hand to grab onto that arm and turn your whole body as you tug on your arm. It looks like this. No!
No!
And the important thing is you're making that turn against that gate. So you're grabbing for extra reinforcement and you're pulling your arm as you turn your body away from that weak spot of the grip and shouting a loud no while you do it. Let's all try it together. Hold on to your wrist and just pull it as you turn. No!
Okay, thank you. We also have a soccer kick to the shins. You want to teach that really quick?
All right. See if I can get back far enough. All right, on this one, the soccer kick to the shin, the target is the shin bone of the problem. And the tool that you're using is sort of the instep of your foot, just like you would kick a soccer ball. And the way that it works is you're just going to turn your foot and kick it forward towards the shin, again, with a nice loud no. Let's all try that together. It looks like this. No!
No.
No!
Great, one more time. No!
No!
No.
Excellent.
And then a heel palm to the chest instead of the head.
Fantastic. All right, so the heel palm to the chest is the same move that we were practicing in the front fight, but instead of aiming for the face, we're aiming for the chest. It's less damaging, but it can just as easily get someone's attention and get them out of the way. So everyone get in your ready position. Excellent. And before we were kind of crouching down and aiming up, this time we're just going out and back, much like that stop sign we were using earlier. We're going to just try that with a loud no. No!
No.
Excellent. One more time. No!
No. No.
Excellent.
Okay, and then the pinch.
Pinch. All right. If somebody were to have you perhaps in a headlock or in some other kind of grip, maybe the target for hitting wasn't as obvious or readily available. If you all kind of reach the inside of your bicep and just gently pinch that skin, you'll see it's really sensitive. And if that were what was presented and available to you in a situation you needed to get away from, simply grabbing, don't do this to yourself, but if you grab it and twist, it really would be a sharp pain, especially on that very thin skin. So everybody will do it in the air, pretend my arm is available to you, just reach out, give it a real strong twist as you shout no. Everyone go, no!
No! But you can pinch and twist your upper arm, your inner thigh, somebody's ear. Again, these are to stop bullying. These are not to stop a more dangerous assault. So those are some of the core physical self-defense techniques. And the same things can work on the ground instead of, but instead, I'm not going to ask you to go down, lie down on the ground, but instead of, you might just stomp with your heel. Just stomp with your heel gently on the ground. But you could be stomping up into somebody's groin or head. You can do an elbow. I mean, you can use these same techniques, whether you're in the air, on your feet, or on the ground. You think about the fact that your body has weapons or tools, and the other person's body has targets. And then no confrontation is over until you've gotten help. And sometimes people are not right away willing to help. So suppose that I have, maybe I was getting followed on the street and I yelled, stop following me, and the guy moved away but was still bothering me. Or maybe it had been attacked. And I go into, maybe it happened on the bus and somebody's just creeping me out by staring at me and making remarks. And you go to a person in a position of authority. But often people in positions of authority don't help right away at first, especially for young people. I'm sorry, but that's just the truth. And so suppose that Mike's the bus driver. So you can turn to the side and pretend to be driving. And I say, excuse me, I need help. This person is harassing me. You could just say, sit down and be quiet. Don't bother me.
Sit down. I'm trying to drive, lady.
Look, that person is bothering people on the bus. You need to get that person off the bus.
Look, I don't want to get involved. I'm just the bus driver, okay? Sit down, please.
Look, I'm going to report you if you don't help keep the bus safe. If you need to call for help, call for help. But I'm going to report you. It's your job to make sure people are safe on this bus.
All right, I'll make a call, all right?
Okay. Yeah. So that's, you be persistent in getting help. Now, if you can't get help from somebody right away, you keep asking until you get the help you need. So these are some of the ways, I'm going to send you an article about what if somebody has a weapon, what about consent and boundaries. We'll send you some follow-up articles. We will stay longer, but I want to be really for questions and for additional practices if you want to practice. But we want to give you the chance. So Mike and I will stay longer, but you're welcome to leave now. And if you have questions, because I'm being respectful of the hour, I will continue teaching after you leave. But I want to give people permission to leave if they need to go. So any questions or comments as we're closing up here? Because you've done a lot just being here. Share these skills with others. Everybody deserves to know how to take charge of their safety physically as well as verbally. Are there, and again, I'm going to keep the recording on. We will take out any personal information that gets shared here that will not appear on the recording, and it will just be Mike and I whose pictures show. Any questions? Okay. Well, people often wonder, what if I freeze? So can you unmute? Let's do a practice about freezing. It's a question I get asked a lot is, I'm afraid, do you run away or stand your ground until they run away? I'll do that, answer that question, and then we'll practice freezing and unfreezing. You leave as soon as you can. You get away and you get to help as quickly as you can. That means you run. You do not stand around and wait for them to run. Your job is to get to safety. Your goal is to be safe, not to get even, as much as they may deserve it. So that's what, with pepper spray, that's a great question. If you're going to use pepper spray, you need to practice, having practiced using it. We once had a conference where Joe Conley, who's one of our trainers in Chicago, he brought pepper spray for all of us. I'm not quite sure how it was in Switzerland. I don't know quite how he got it in to us, but he did. And we had, and we found that you have to think about which way the wind's blowing. You have to know where the little thing is, how it operates. And he put up faces with eyes all around the room. And you also have to be prepared for the fact that some is going to come back into your face and sting your eyes. It's not wrong, but it's like any other weapon. You need to know how to use it. Also, you don't want to be, if you're suddenly surprised, you do not want to be rummaging in your backpack or your purse in order to be able to find your pepper spray. So if you're going to use it, you got to know how to use it, and you got to be prepared to use it. These are great questions. So freezing and unfreezing, and then we'll do a bit about weapons. If it's normal when somebody grabs you, hits you. I know many people, women and men, who have been hit suddenly, just out of the blue, or grabbed, had somebody come up, and it's even happened to to men sometimes, that somebody on the beach comes up and just grabs their bottom and runs away, which is really shocking and really upsetting. And you don't want to chase after them, but you do want to take care of yourself. So imagine that something shocked you and you freeze. Everybody go, that's freezing. Now go from, go again, go, and now go, no!
No!
You can practice unfreezing. Police officers, and excuse me, I'm just going to say what they call it, the oh shit moment, when they're suddenly, it's dangerous. And you want to get out of that moment, or denial, like this can't be happening. And you want to get to action. And the best way is just to prepare yourself mentally to do something and not to stay frozen. Okay? Are there other questions? Otherwise, I'll go on and we'll do something about weapons. So, if somebody has a knife or a gun or a club, it'd be very scary, and you might get hurt. But most of the time, you can be safe if you remember a few things. Because in spite of what you see in the media, most of the time in an attack, an attacker does not intend to use the weapon. They're trying to scare somebody into getting what they want. Now, you do not want to go with somebody to another place because that is less safe. And so what you want is if you see a gun or somebody's threatening you with a gun, your strategy is to run. Get away from that person. Probably they won't shoot. If they do shoot, probably they will miss. And even if they hit you, most people do survive and heal completely from gunshot wounds. So your job, if you see a gun, run. If you can run in a jagged line or in a diagonal line, it makes it a little harder to aim. But just whatever you can do. There was one story, success story from Chicago, where a man pointed a gun at a woman and said, "Get in this car." And she was so nervous she couldn't run. She just said, "I'm sorry, sir, I can't do that," and walked away. But he was so startled that he was just standing there with his mouth dropped open. So now, if you can't get away right at first, I mean, if suppose somebody has a gun to your head, all right, go ahead and put a gun to your head. This is scary, but go ahead. And you want to think about where the hole is pointing, the muzzle. And you could push it away. Everybody just push it away. You could wait because somebody who does, and then you'd run. Just use your hand and push it away. And get your head out of the way and run. Or you can look for a new chance to get away, because almost always, suppose if somebody just has you so you can't do it and there's no, practice false surrender. Everybody say, I'll do anything you want. Everybody say that.
I'll do anything you want.
And then you might ask, what do you want? Or you might say, I hear somebody coming. Or you just might wait for that moment when the gun's not right at your head and you can get away and get help. All right? Nothing works all the time, but these are things that work a lot of the time. People who, even in mass shootings, people who are doing their best to get away are more likely to be safe or safer than people who stay where the shooting is happening. So the strategy of get away from danger and get towards a safer place works most of the time. And then with a knife. Now, you don't want to throw something at somebody who has a knife because they might shoot by accident. But if with a gun, you don't want them to throw at a gun, but if they have a knife, so suppose Mike has a knife, and everybody grabs some air, imagine you're grabbing something, and throw it at Mike with a loud no. Throw towards his face. Ready? Go. No! You can throw and run. If somebody wants your stuff, if they're trying to rob you for their stuff, go ahead and point a gun at us and say, give me your stuff.
Give me your stuff.
You are more important than your stuff. Put it down calmly. Don't throw it. And say, take it, it's yours. Go ahead.
Take it. It's yours.
Take it, it's yours. And then you're going to leave. You are more important than your stuff. So have your plan B that if you can just run away, run away. If somebody's threatening you with a robbery, give up your stuff. If somebody is threatening you with a knife, throw and run if you can, or just run. Get to safety. So these are some things, and we will send this to you in writing as well. And I just like to check in as we have it's nice, we have Kidpower people here from Vietnam. Cornelia joined us until her car went out of range. She was from New Zealand, Sushma's from Nepal. It was getting very late for her, but was from upstate New York. And, but I'd like to just check in and see if you have any individual questions or comments. So I'm sorry, I don't remember your names. Computer, but can you give us any questions or comments? Yeah.
We have any.
What?
I don't think we have any.
You don't have anything to ask or to? Okay. All right. Well, thank you. We're glad you're here. What about you? If you think of something, you can always write to us at safety@kidpower.org and we will answer if you think of something later.
Thank you very much. Really helpful.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. And
Yeah, thank you so much. I actually, my husband and I brought our kids when they were like really little kids to the little mini people Kidpower. They've had it at their school. And so now it's like the 15-year-old teenager Kidpower. So, and it's always helpful for me too. So thank you for everything.
well, you're sure welcome. We're sure glad you're here.
Well, we're grateful for you guys. Thanks.
Well, likewise. What about you? I hope I'm saying your name right.
Yeah, she had to take off. Yes, very grateful for your organization. Santa Cruz native, so that's awesome to hear your story. And yeah, I really want to practice more. So I guess we definitely want the resources that you could send us. Remember to practice.
We're going to send you this video, and then we have more videos that Mark and Marlene went, and I'm going to put them in our online learning center. And that'll take maybe till next week to get them in, and we'll send you a code so you can just go and look at it's nice to see it actually done full force, and then you'll have this video with the teaching and some written instructions there too. That'll take us about a week to get, okay?
Okay, thank you. That's super helpful.
Okay, great. Okay, good. And hello from Vietnam.
Hi everybody. It was my mistake to get quite late. I thought I was early when I came up, and then everybody was there and and practicing. It was when we did the GMT convert thing, and you said that it would be 10, but actually it's 9 a.m. in Vietnam. So hello, it's just great to see, and I myself can practice again. Actually, it's much more really like I was experiencing freezing and embarrassment with in person, that when I was there in Santa Cruz. But now we cannot do that, but it's still great that we can do this, so that each time that we practice is like is more than just to remember it. It's like we can more than that. I think is for me, and also as I learned from this, because I'm the one who will deliver this type of workshops in Vietnam. So for me, it's just as a person, but as a trainer, is really great. And thank you, Irene, thank you, Mike, and everybody. And actually, it's morning in Vietnam, but I know that for most of the world, it'll be in the evening. So good night after this.
Okay. Well, I want to hear from Sushma. Oh, I didn't ask you, did I? Yeah. Okay. Sometimes I get mixed up. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you got us. Thank you.
Okay, Sushma, anything for Nepal?
Actually, thank you so very much for this opportunity, and thank you, Irene and Mike as well. The situation in Nepal not that favorable in teaching the Kidpower skills in person. But what I have been doing is making awareness of these skills that the child right promotion is essential, first of all, in our country. And we have been doing that, ensuring child right is an adult's responsibility, and adult is accountable, for all those things. And we are trying to promoting these safety skills, through the awareness phases. And we are talking not only to the parents and children, we are also talking with the government representatives as well. And they are taking these skills at, as a very important skill for one's life, in providing a protective environment to children. And once I just would like to share with you that, once I visited one of the government office, and then I talk about the importance of the skills, and they request me just to demo one of the skills. And I did so by, making them aware on the skills, and to make stop if anybody attacks, or if anybody is misbehaving or something like that. So that was wonderful. And what I would like to mention is the awareness level is getting high in our country. And a 9-year-old girl child, she went with a written statement or written request to the minister or home minister that we need self-defense training to protect ourselves. So this is what the things are getting changed, and children need these type of trainings. So I'm trying to make myself confident in teaching the skills. So I requested Irene, and these type of opportunities are making myself more and more confident in teaching the skills in our country. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you. That is great. We really like that. Anything you'd like to say? It's so fun to have you here.
Well, it's good to see you. Super cool to see people from all over the world. I'm missing Kidpower terribly, and it's been rough. Feels like forever. I'm almost at my 60th birthday, Irene, and I'm promising to stay in the suit longer than anyone else.
You have a way to go.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna do it.
Good.
So you guys will see me in another 30 years. I'll still be doing it. And I volunteer to go to Nepal.
I thought so.
Yes, you're most welcome.
Okay.
And Vietnam. I'm ready.
Okay. Well, as soon as this silly pandemic.
Send me as international liaison.
Okay. So Mike, thank you so much for doing this with me. This is the first time Mike and I have taught together in many, many years since he moved away, and it's been very, very fun.
Thank you for having me.
So there's always more to learn. I do encourage people, I'll be sending links, encourage you to check out our online learning center for lots of other things. We will do workshops. We do have them on boundaries, difficult conversations, emotional safety skills, and safety out in public, other strategies for being safe in public. But we've covered a lot. It's great to see you, and I'll wish you a good morning or a good night. And again, thank you so much for being here.